Alright, Shalom. All praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the elders of GMS. And the story sort of pisses, sort of hits a chord, but this is how it has to be when we follow the laws, or we break the laws of the Most High's covenant, man. This is the type of enemy that he sends at us. The Esau is his sword, okay? What I'm trying to say, pretty much, we deserve it, but in the same sense, it still pisses you off. Alright, I'm going to let this story speak for itself, and then we're going to get into these scriptures. Alright, and much love to you brothers coming by, the elect. For the rest of you, kick rocks. Okay, this truth ain't for you. Alright, long enough have we buried these scoffers and these wicked people, okay? So let's watch this.
This next story is so unbelievable, we didn't think it could possibly be true. But after receiving thousands of records and declassified reports from the Army, it's confirmed that during the Cold War, the United States military conducted secret tests on unsuspecting people in the city of St. Louis. A local... And
this is GMS, Missouri. Alright, and some of the brothers is in St. Louis too. So this is something that sort of hits, it's around where we at.
Sociologist will make her findings public tomorrow, but she spoke first to the I-Team's Lisa Zigman.
Lisa Martino Taylor's life work has been to uncover details of the Army's ultra-secret military experiments carried out in St. Louis and other cities during the 1950s and 60s.
This study was secretive for a reason. They didn't have volunteers stepping up and saying, yeah, I'll breathe zinc cadmium sulfide with radioactive particles.
These Army archive pictures show how the tests were done in Corpus Christi, Texas in the 1960s. In Texas, planes were used to drop the chemical, but in St. Louis, the Army placed chemical sprayers on buildings and station wagons. City officials were kept in the dark about the tests. The Cold War cover story was that the Army was testing smoke screens to protect cities from a Russian attack. The truth, according...
Alright, these are chemtrails, okay? This initial testing for chemtrails, okay, what they doing today, they tested in parts of the nation, and St. Louis was one of them, and this is the documented proof. For you people out there thinking, no, they ain't doing this, y'all are going off, okay, Nate Satan ain't bringing this out, okay, Zabak ain't bringing this out, their fruits ain't bearing with them, man. You see their fruits ain't showing. Their fruits ain't showing because the elders have been telling us about chemtrails. GMS, I'll tell you like this, GMS has been saying chemtrails for years now and telling you this. Okay? We've been telling you this and telling you this. Now, when it's coming out, these classified documents, since you jakes out there don't like to believe none till the damn devil tells you, here you go. Here's the damn proof right here. Classified documents. And who got to get it? It's the devil. He makes his tongue fall upon themselves, man. That's the whole reason that this Edomite woman is coming and bringing this out. The Most High is putting a spirit on her because Jake don't want to look up a damn thing. He don't want to research a damn thing. So here's your enemy telling you what he's doing to you. Okay? This is the test on what they're spraying out here right now on people.
To Martino Taylor was much more sinister.
It's pretty shocking. The level of duplicity and secrecy. Clearly, they went to great lengths to deceive people.
By making hundreds of...
Oh, no, but they're your friend. They're your friend, though. Esau can make it. Five Edomites are going to denounce their father. They're... Man, you niggas...
Quests, she uncovered once classified documents that confirmed the spraying of zinc cadmium sulfide. The greatest concentration of this compound was sprayed near the Pruitt-Igoe housing complex just south of downtown St. Louis. It was home to 10,000 low-income people, and an estimated 70%.
You see who they was targeting? They were targeting you Jakes, man. You Negroes. Majority in St. Louis at that time was Negroes. There might have been a little bit of Latinos here and there, but it was majority of Jakes in this building, man. Israel.
Were under the age of 12. Martino Taylor claims they all unknowingly inhaled.
Salaki, I'm a little hot, man. That's all it is.
12.
I'm a little hot. Salaki.
Under the age of 12. and an estimated 70% were under the age of 12. Martino Taylor claims they all unknowingly inhaled this compound morning, noon, and night so the government could measure its effects on their lungs.
So this was in violation of all medical ethics, all
This is Tuskegee all over. This is Tuskegee, but in St. Louis, man.
Policy at that time.
In 1994, then Congressman Richard Gephardt asked the Army to open its records and explain the St. Louis testing.
We want to make very sure that nothing went on that would harm anyone and that all the facts are out on the table.
Documents released in the 90s show the Army placed sprayers on this former Knights of Columbus building on Lindell and in Forest Park. The Army always insisted the chemical compound was safe. Martino Taylor believes documents prove otherwise.
There's a lot of evidence that indicates that people in St. Louis, in the city, particularly in minority communities, were subjected to military tests that was connected to a larger radiological weapons development and testing project.
For what you have today, the chemtrailing you have today, that you see all in the skies, and you see all in the, all in the, actually, I got a video of a chemtrail I might post in the middle of this, Lord willing.
I'll pray see how about Shimmy Shai. Just want to show you guys these damn chemtrails. These damn devils are putting up, man. Skies are full with them today. But this one extends as long as I can see.
Alright, but back to this.
She links the St. Louis testing to a company called U.S. Radium, a company notorious for lawsuits involving radioactive contamination of its workers.
United States Radium had this reputation where they had been found legally liable decades prior for producing a radioactive powdered paint that killed many young women who painted fluorescent watch dials.
While the Army admits it added a fluorescent substance to the zinc-cadmium compound, details of whether it was radioactive remain secret. Documents uncovered to date indicate the Army never conducted follow-up studies to see whether the compound caused long-term health issues. In 1972, after years of crime, poverty, and decline, the government destroyed the Pruitt-Igoe housing.
Another thing, the reason they destroyed it because they don't want people going back and testing there and finding the radioactivity. They don't want nobody taking a Geiger counter in those halls, and in those apartment buildings, because they figure out it was probably radioactive,
Complex. Lisa Zigman, News Channel 5, I-Team.
Now, the company U.S. Radium no longer exists. Martino Taylor has placed all of her research, including the declassified documents, online, and will link you to that data at ksdk.com. Now, she will make all of her findings public tomorrow at St. Louis Community College Merrimack campus. In the meantime, if you remember the spraying, the I-Team's Lisa Zigman would like to hear from you. You can email her at lzigman@ksdk.
Ain't nobody remember it because they dead now. If they was around the spraying, they dead now. All right. So we're gonna get into these scriptures real quick. All right. Shalom.